Harrison. Number 7, Jacob Biafor. Number 9, Nathan Ward. Number 10, Peter Mushin. Number 11, Aiden Hayes. Number 14, Braden Ansaldi. Number 21, Lucas Mason. Number 23, Zachary Tuoti. And in goal, Adam Simone. The head coach of the Mariners is Kevin Kennedy. Assistant coach, Todd Wright. And now, in the white jerseys for our hometown Bulldogs. Blue. Number 4, Tom O'Keefe. Number 6, Brady Smith. Number 7, Tommy Serluka. Number 12, Alex Luzzy. Number 13, Drew Albamonte. Number 15, Dominic Lombard. Number 16, Daniel Intrieri. Number 23, Giovanni Santos. Number 27, Jacob Aruda. Number 33, Robbie Wade. And in goal, Chase Whitehall. The head coach of the Bulldogs is Brian Williams. Assistants are Andrew Papadilla and Frank Williams.
Automatic with a woo clap. Shoot first, shoot back. Oh none, woo back. Automatic with a woo clap. Have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Don't let my heart turn cold. Have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Don't let my heart turn cold. Have mercy on me, man. Many, wish that for me. Yeah, I don't cry no more. I don't look to the sky no more. Cause I got it on me. I got it on me. I got it on me. You go run up if you want. 50 shots up in his back, I won't let her. 18, go over Beretta. Shoot versus do yourself a favor. Report like I'm Craig Sager. Back out, then with the bluffing. Dread boy, shooting for nothing. 10 toes on your block like I'm drumming. SK, I have a flaky pop smoke. It's that from the floor shit right back. And I don't politic, cause they ain't like that. I drop a slip or two and get a light pack. And I don't care if you lose it. Have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Don't let my heart turn cold. Have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Don't let my heart turn cold. Have mercy on many men. Many men. Wish that for me. Yeah, I don't cry no more. I don't look to the sky no more. Cause I got it on me. I got it on me. I got it on me. You go run up if you want. Mercy on me.
I don't know what to say. I just want to play. The Bulldogs have given up 11 goals and scored 9.
What you want, we sell. We got verses, special hitters, get them bodies out of here. Bobby 7, got it hard and bought that shit on like a scam. And it's become hard. I got purpose, ceiling, X's, and X bars. We got big extensions that protect my heart. No, we sell like concrete, man. Richard in a Maybach van. I got purpose, ceiling, that Drake don't kill my kidneys. I got 50 hitters, no, when I get me. We got scopes on total poles to make sure they spill. Bro got blocks all on the road and some game with this shit, man. I got basic hoes, they got booty lifting. She got a BBL, I'm not on the street where they take that kill. These diamonds they glitch, you see I'm ill. I'm the originator, keep a Drake like a Schwarzenegger, count on plenty paper. Know that goods be fornicating, put a cock on the top of hater. Hold in his head, tryna see all his brain. He gon' flat, if you think about playing game, butter, cutter on my head, that we rapping whole thing. See, I gracious like the road for the billion nose in vain. Yeah, be scared, Draco with that kick real. I got content coming through on my cell. What you want, we sell. We got verses, special hitters, get them bodies out of here. Bobby 7, got it hard and boy, that shit from like the scale. And it's so hard, I got Princess Silly, X's, and X bar. We got big extensions that protect my heart. No, we sell like concrete, man. Richard in a Maybach van.
The bass and the tweeters make the speakers go to war. The mighty trumpet brings the friction to the floor. The bass and the tweeters make the speakers go to war. The mighty trumpet brings the friction to the floor. Tell me where the freaks at.
And now please rise and direct your attention to the American flag near the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello, one. Hello, all. It is soccer night on the hill here in Westerly. We are live from Sal Algieri Field. Boys varsity soccer team taking the field versus visiting Narragansett. Narragansett comes in 4-1 in the league. A great start they're having. Obviously, they're a quality ball club. Westerly now, they are teetering on a real, what could be a really good record this season. And when I say that they're 2-1 in the league, they're 1-1. But if you look at goals scored, folks, they've given up 11 and they've scored 9. So with this 1-2-1 record, they're only 2 goals short of their opponents. So this young team that's played together for so long has a chance to gel this season. I think turn out a real good record. So they're on the field now and ready to go, just waiting for the whistle. The Mariners will start with it. They're on the white, heading from the left to the right. I am the voice, Greg Moreno, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa and True behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, and we got Soccer Live. And Narragansett tries to get it over the back line. Lombard will chase it down in the corner. And he goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw-in for Narragansett. So Narragansett on Westerly's end, throw-in, and on the scene is O'Keefe. Seems to always be, and Wesley takes possession. Nice job on the inbound defense for the Bulldogs. They are on the far side, heading right to left. And up they go. Out of bounds, and it's going to be a Bulldog throw-in. And that's going to be number 11, Tommy Serluca, thrown in. And Santos has it. Excellent ball handling skills Santos possesses. And Narragansett tries to get down the sidelines to get the turnover. A little slow down move. They are teetering the out of bounds line, and they are still inbounds. No whistle. And an attempt to maybe chip it over and possibly get something out of it. Didn't turn out. And Toronto wraps it up for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs rely on John Toronto, number 0. He's a senior. He's a leader. And he's been between the posts for 2 or 3 years-ish now, having a good year. And he's going to give it up to teammates to kick. So we are just getting started here, folks. Score 0-0. Sal Jerry Field. The boys' varsity team comes in with a league record of 1-2-1, but don't look at it all bad. Trust me, it's a long season, and I look at this as a playoff team. The throw-in, and it's kicked directly out of bounds by the Bulldogs, so it's going to be another throw-in. The Mariners 4-1 in the league coming in. Bulldogs would like nothing less than to upset them. Mariners, this is definitely a trap game capability on the road. And he tries to center a nice centering pass. There were no white jerseys in the area. Out of bounds it goes. And this is going to be the first corner kick of the game. And this production is brought to you in part by Wireless Zone, folks. Get up to $1,000 off iPhone 14 with trade-in when you pre-order, excuse me. All right, the corner kick. It's up. Nice spot, and the Bulldogs get in the way. Good defense by the Bulldogs. Nice corner kick by the Mariners. It fell in the area of a few of his players right between the posts. Can't do much better. Mariners have possession in the corner. Out of bounds, again, I believe, on the Bulldogs. It's going to be a throw-in more than likely. Yes, it is. So the Bulldogs, okay, they've been playing on their own end now for quite some time. And they're trying to clear it, trying to switch field position. And a little bit of hand play, but it gets by the officials. There's no whistle. Santos with it. And they're going to reset at midfield. And he passes far side. Another pass inside to O'Keefe. Good defense by the Mariners. Bulldogs doing a nice job getting between it. Santos has it. And he puts it up ahead, and then Narragansett goal. He's going to wrap that one up ahead a little bit too far. So the Bulldogs threaten a little bit and spend a little time on Mariner real estate. Not long enough, though. They can't play from their own end the entire game. That always bites you in the end. Bulldogs coming off their toughest game of the year, but it was versus a very tough opponent. And those are going to be learning games for the Bulldogs. And pass to Santos isn't having it. He has some, and he's still got it. Creating space with his feet, flood, and that goes off another player. And out of bounds it goes. Lombard tries to race it down, unable to do so, back on the Bulldog side. And the throw in, little body, nice job by Lombard defensively. And we are on the near sideline, number 7 with it for the Bulldogs. Out of bounds it goes. Now Bulldogs are going to take possession here on Narragansett's side. Santos uses his body for a small person, uses his body so well, and he's so fast. Foot skills are amazing. And the Bulldogs wrapping around the back, looking for space, goes over Narragansett player, whistle, and the Bulldogs will get started. Number 11 for the Bulldogs, Sir Luca, will start it up, chips it up in the corner. And the Bulldogs have a nice pass. Good touch on it. It's going to be Echo up to the back line, and a Mariner defender gets there, but O'Keefe in the middle of the pass. Bulldogs not making it easy now. They've done a nice job getting on their end and keeping it there. Chasing down a Mariner, though, and out comes Toronto, and he's going to scoop it up. A little contact. Never hurt anybody, and I don't believe there's a whistle for it. And there is no whistle. O'Keefe with it. No score here, folks. Sal or Jerry Field. First half. Narragansett High 0, Westerly Bulldogs 0. Narragansett comes in 4-1. Bulldogs come in 2-2-1. Bulldogs looking for a bounce back. They've been right in every game. Played a tough game last time against a tough opponent. Up in the corner, number 33, battling for it for the Bulldogs. That's Daniel Intreri. Correction, Andrew Albamani. And fighting on the far side, number 5 for the Bulldogs, Max Selico. Throw in for the Mariners. Up the far side, the Bulldogs should be able to get it, and it should be out of bounds off the Mariner, I do believe. And the Mariners set to throw in. Bulldogs defense in the box, and the senior tries to clear it. O'Keefe pops in, gets a good foot on it, but there is a Bulldog there. And a nice job trying to run it down, and it went off the Mariners. The Bulldogs will have it at midfield. Lombard will throw in to O'Keefe. O'Keefe passes. Bulldogs setting up some kind of an offense here at midfield, and they still have it. O'Keefe with it. Clears it to the other side. Bulldogs with it. Fighting. And they try to get ahead of the back line. He steps forward, number 7 for the Bulldogs. He might get a shot. He does! First score of the game, Westerly. And they take the lead. A frustrated defense for Narragansett. You can clearly see it. A nice pass behind the defense. Number 7 for the Bulldogs does the rest. And we are on the board 1-2-0. Mariners already at midfield, ready to get started. They don't want to see any further celebration out of the Bulldogs, but they couldn't have bounced back from the tough loss versus Tiverton any better than taking the field tonight and securing the first goal. That erases the memories of that loss. They've learned what they needed to learn, and now they're beating Narragansett, who, by the way, Narragansett comes into this game with a 4-1 record. I don't know if I did mention that several times. So the Bulldogs with a huge goal, 1-goal lead to set the pace here at Sal Jerry Field. What started with the Bulldogs on their own end for the first few minutes of the game, they sure did turn it around the moment I mentioned it. And they are back on their end now, and there's going to be a corner kick here, folks. First one dropped right in on the mark. Looks like Narragansett is pretty precise with their passing, but I will tell you the Bulldogs have been tonight as well. They're a few inches, a few feet from being 4-1 themselves. Number 7, Jacob Biafor, and it drops in front of the goal. Bulldogs are able to clear it. Again, a decent corner kick. Could have caused problems, not fully cleared. O'Keefe misjudges it, and the Mariners are in the area, and the Bulldogs are able to clear. Number 12 for the Bulldogs there, Jack McGovern. Throw in for the Mariners. They work quickly between possessions, and the Bulldogs, Santos, up over midfield, and Bulldogs are going to be able to run that down. That's number 7 for the Bulldogs. Magic foot. Oh, he tries to get it by the defender. There was a Bulldog in the area. That defender, however, able to clear it the opposite side of the field. Number 6, Ryan Skinapieko, the defender in the area, and will be in front of the goal here as the players set up. So here we go, our third corner kick of the game. Bulldogs, you have to have a corner kick, but what they do have is a goal. That's what matters most. And it's up, and this was tailing inside. Nice kick again, nice job. Not completely out of danger, the bicycle kick attempt. And there was a player in the way for the Bulldogs that went off his head and wisely cleared, and that is going to be a throw-in now rather than a corner kick, I do believe. And boy, was that day. They have dropped all 3 in the danger zone. The Bulldogs have, there's another one. Excuse me, the 4th of the day. And the Bulldogs have just done a nice job of defending it. That one tailed right in towards the goal, as does this one. A little bit short, a wall of defenders. Not sure who hit it last. We're going to decide right now. And that's live, scooped up by Toronto. So the Bulldogs out of trouble. They know the Mariners' ability to corner kick for certain. They have 4 already. And but the Bulldogs have the magic number. They were able to tuck one in. Great job for the Bulldogs. And Toronto sets it up to clear. Drops it out of bounds. So there'll be a throw-in. Didn't get very far either. So around the 25-yard line, if you're playing a different sport, they're going to throw in. And the Bulldogs getting away. Nice defense. A lot of Bulldogs play. They get above it. And Toronto way out. Secures it. And thwarts the Mariners' effort once again. 1-0. Sal Augeri Field. I am the voice, Greg Morano. I am alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa and True in the wind behind the lens. We are together, Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. Bringing you all Westerly sports all the time. The Bulldogs soccer team with a big 1-0 lead against 4-1 Narragansett. Like I said, I don't consider Narragansett, even coming in, having not seen them, a better team than the Bulldogs. I know that the Bulldogs are 2 goals away from having pretty much being a dead even or above 500 record at least. And they're playing that way tonight. It's been time of possession still probably in advantage of the Mariners. They've had 2 efforts that have lasted quite a long time. The first one of the game and the one we just saw. The Bulldogs, however, was able to get over the back of their defense with a beautiful pass and good possession, good shot, and the lead. Mariners have it now. Right on the Bulldogs' third of the field. And it's up. And a nice one that gets off a Mariner. Another one has it. Tries to head it to his partner, number 11. And O'Keefe gets a foot on it. They're not out of danger yet. Lombard trying to clear. And that goes off the body of Santos. No, there's a whistle. Went off the elbow of Santos. I kind of thought so myself. He tried to get away with it, but it's tough. And now they're in an even tougher spot. Another opportunity. So I don't know what it is. 5 corner kicks and now this. And the Bulldogs haven't had any of these opportunities. They scored on pretty much a break. The goalie came out and committed. We still had possession and a nice shot. Mariners' turn. I can't get his number for you, but they have bright white shirts for sure. Toronto doing what he does. Goalies have those rituals, as you can see. As did I. Players set. Waiting for a whistle here. And shot attempt, Toronto secures it. And he is fired up. The Westerly defense is fired up. And here's the replay. Boom, he's there. Mr. Reliable, John Toronto, the senior. And this Bulldog team's fired up right now. They know this could be tie game. They could even be behind now. Narragansett's pressured. So that was a huge save. Like I said, they've had 5 corner kicks and then that. The Bulldogs need to keep the ball on their side of the field now and put some pressure on Narragansett. Bulldogs advantage, though, 1-0. I think they're going to need more to take this, but it's one heck of a start. And the throw-in. Bulldog gets his foot on it. Santos in the other middle. Pass. O'Keefe with it. And pass to the near side, Lombard. And Bulldogs bringing it back. And the clearing over the top. And it's complete. Number 12 for the Bulldogs. Now it's bouncing around off a Mariner foot. Bulldogs step up in the corner now. And the shot attempt, there were 2 defenders that caused that shot to go high and wide. It was a nice job by Narragansett. A good job by Westerly, putting in a little pressure. But like I said, again, they haven't set up an offense yet on the Narragansett side. So when you haven't done that and Narragansett's done what they've done and you're winning by 1, then you're in good shape. But you need to you're going to be in trouble if you don't kind of secure the ball, some kind of time of possession. Narragansett definitely with the advantage there right now. And back goes the D, number 13 with it. Toronto secures it. Number 13 in the area for the Bulldogs, Alex Luzzy. And Toronto's kick off of McGovern. Santos with it. Up ahead for the Bulldogs. Off of a Narragansett defender. I thought it was a Narragansett defender. It's not. Narragansett's going to get possession. And the officials backing them up a little bit. This production, folks, is brought to you in part by McQuaid's Ace Hardware, your local family-owned hardware store on Franklin Street in Westerly, Ohio. Your fall cleanup headwaters. And again, trying to get behind the defender, that last line of defense. They were successful one time in doing that today. And I like that they have that as part of their attack. Last year, they were kind of lacking that a little bit. They set up all the time, and I like the aggression. This team has played, from everybody that I've spoken to, this is the type of team that's played together. I think I talked to you about it last game, you guys about it, whoever, that they've been playing together since they've been playing in youth league, and then in rec league, and now in the travel teams, AAU, or whatever they call it now. But they've been playing in all different levels of soccer beyond middle school and high school. So it's going to come down to next year, I'd say, this year and next year, where this team's going to come together, and they're really going to be scary to play against. Now, the team they're playing, they're taking the field against 9 seniors and 5 juniors, only dressing 1 freshman and 1 sophomore. So talk about an upper-class challenge. I mean, their team is just full of juniors and seniors. And the Bulldogs have the lead. They don't get intimidated by anything. I'm sure they're aware of that. And trying to center is the Bulldogs. They try to chip it ahead in the middle. Oh, just about 2 steps off of that one. It was a nice attempt by the Bulldogs. They're trying to sneak one between the defenders. They've been doing it several times. And a nice pass if that got through. Oh, God, the rebound. They're going to have a shot, and the whistle kills it. Fortunately for the Bulldogs, that was a bad rebound. It went right to the Mariner, and off he went. That would have been a pretty simple penalty-type style kick for Narragansett, and it turns into Westerly ball. So another threat averted. The free kick for the Bulldogs goes off a Mariner head. And we are back on the Westerly side of the field. Defense steps up and in. That was number 6 for the Bulldogs, Frank Scanapieko. And the Mariners seeing where they need to set it. And they'll start fresh from the defensive end and let their players get set. So again, the Mariners will take the ball, add to their time of possession. We're almost halfway through the first half. Holy smokes. I honestly hadn't looked up the scoreboard whatsoever. 23-19 to go in the first half of play. Bulldogs doing a nice job. They have the lead, so you can't say that they're not. Narragansett is threatening, and the Bulldogs, they're bending, but they're not breaking. Can they hold that all day long? I think they need to release the pressure with the ball on the other side of the field a little bit. Every time they get there, they try a lead pass, and it worked one time, and they had the opportunity in another. But maybe if they just backed off a little bit, set up an offense, see how that worked out. That hasn't been the case yet tonight. Lights are on. Beautiful night, beautiful weather. It's windy as I say that. We have True and Lisa up above the booth in the wind. They want to kill me for saying it. There's no doubt about that. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Score 1-0, folks. Salvo Jerry Field. Westerly Live bringing you boys varsity soccer. The team comes in 2-2-1, having a good year. Versus Narragansett, they come in 4-1, having a good start. It's just a start, folks. It is a long season, but these are the games that matter. And the Bulldogs came in fired up, not intimidated at all. I'd say they had more energy coming in. There's a whistle, a trip on Santos. Narragansett will take over. I'd say the Bulldogs came out with more energy than Narragansett, and then they were even further sparked by the goal. This production is brought to you in part by Tim Killam for Westerly School Committee. Out of bounds, the kick. Lombardo will inbound it. 1-0 Westerly. We're back in action with you folks. Thursday night ladies volleyball. And they are an entertaining squad, folks. They have yet to lose any league games. And the last volleyball match, they were home. They've had some time off, 7 days. And they needed it after that match, let me tell you. I needed it after that match. They went 5, and they maintained their unbeaten league record. And what a way to do it, and then have a little time off. So we'll be bringing you that live at 6:30. And then, of course, we'll be bringing you boys varsity football, and that's from Shea Friday night at 7. Midfield, they're going back and forth right now. Narragansett threatening, and in steps Scanapieko. Defense steps in for the Bulldogs. Again, there's rebound zone. They all seem to be going Narragansett's direction. Not this one. Bulldogs get the break here. Set to kick. And that's going to drop. Not too far. It was pass. Nice pass to the far side. The space. Number chipped past 27 to Lombardo. And in steps the Mariner, 2, in fact, and he gets through them both. And another one steps up. We are at midfield, heading towards the Westerly goal, and out of bounds it goes. And that's going to be Narragansett ball far side, throwing in. They haven't had many shots on goal, one I think. Yeah, 1 shot on goal, Narragansett. They have had possession. This Bulldog defense, you can't credit them enough. And the offense for backing in playing D. They've done a heck of a job of keeping a lot of the weight off of Toronto and keeping the score where it is, 1-0. And trying to clear it to the ground for a second. No whistle. There was a whistle. Bulldogs are going to take it. Where the infraction occurred. And they waste no time. They get going. They're not setting up much. They just want the fast. McGovern up ahead, and there's a whistle in the middle. That's going to be Narragansett's throw in. And the Bulldogs step in. That's Jack McGovern. Again with it. Number 7 on the wing. Off the defender. He's got a little alley. Nice move again. I don't know if he should have left that move. I thought he had an alley towards the goal. And back out the Bulldogs. Now trying to set up an offense when I thought they had a rally. And now the whistle goes against the Bulldogs. So that opportunity by the wayside. And Narragansett will take possession. And a long kick. That's going to go off Scanabieko, the senior's head. Back to midfield and to the Bulldogs. Again, number 7 with it. You hear me saying his number a lot tonight. Over the top and off the side of his foot. And that may be the first Bulldogs corner kick. No, that was just out of bounds. So that was a chance. There were 2 Bulldogs who had a chance. Santos was right there. So Narragansett kills the Bulldog attempt this time. 18.5 to go. First half of play. Top of the hill, folks. South Jerry Field. Varsity men's soccer. We got varsity ladies volleyball on the docket this week, Thursday night at 6:30. And then we got varsity football Friday night versus Shea up in the city at 7 o'clock. So it's a great week, big week. We have teams that all of the teams we're covering right now this fall are all playoff quality teams. And they've all gotten off to a start that they're alive in the playoffs. They definitely have playoff hopes. Every game has playoff implications. We're hoping every team we cover makes it. There's about 4 of them. But as we stand right now, everybody in the fall is off to a pretty good start or has at least the capabilities of turning things around if necessary. So Narragansett back on Westerly's side. They're moving a little bit slowly. When Narragansett has a break, they're running into problems because there's nobody in the middle and the Bulldogs' defense is stepping up. And again, they did. And now to the near side on defense for the Bulldogs, Jacob Serra. And we're going to head. That was an infraction on the Mariners, so the Bulldogs will take possession. I do believe. Yes. And they'll have a free kick at the 17-minute mark. It is up, and it is going to drop on a Mariner head, but behind him. And the Mariner defender steps up, doing a nice job. Can the Bulldogs step up? And they do. Changing possession quickly, rapidly over here on the far side. Again, the Bulldogs step in, and again, the Mariners do. Out of bounds, that's going to be off the Mariners. Bulldogs possession, so they'll throw in, and the players will reverse back and forth. Man, are they aerobically in shape, or whatever you want to say, they can run. And they can just run, and they do not get tired, this Bulldog team. They go the same speed all game long, and they're that kind of nag. They're a nag to teams that have a good record or teams that really are quality teams, because this team can knock you off. Any given day, any given team, that's what type of team this is, because they have the symmetry and the chemistry from playing together for all these years. These guys are actually friends. They're not a bunch of different players together on a team. They've grown as friends, according to parents and people at the field anyway. They told me last year and after recovering them. And in steps, Lombard, down goes a Mariner looking for a call. No call. I didn't believe there was any infraction either. Lombard did a nice job running through. Free ball, and the Bulldogs take it. Out of bounds, that's going to be off the Mariners' foot, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Lombardo will throw in. And physical defense by the Mariners at midfield. Tries to get through the double team, unable to do so. And we're going to head from left to right. And it's going to go out of bounds. Bulldogs will take it. We're going to head from right to left. Throw in, midfield, off his foot. And Lombard trying to clear everybody, maybe someone will run it down. They have a safety back there, I just noticed. And Mariners step in again, back and forth, a lot of steals. Off his back. Mariners, nice D by the Bulldogs, stepping in. Number 20 for the Bulldogs, Jake Carter. Correction, Lucas Pinnell. And the Mariners set to throw in again. Again, having spent more time on Bulldog real estate. However, the big number and the only number that matters, and they're trying to use their heads. They're in the middle. There's more Bulldogs than Mariners, and they do a good job of clearing it. And back that way, a long kick, and Toronto will take it in and secure it. So that threat averted again. You're hearing me say that more now as far as Narragansett threatening the Bulldogs than you are Bulldogs threatening Narragansett. The Bulldogs really threatened Narragansett one time, had 2 other opportunities, and that's it. When they get over there, they really haven't been able to get into an offense at all. They've gotten behind the D once, and it was a great job. And they're fortunate for that at the moment. It's 14 minutes left in the half. If they get away with it for the rest of the half at 1-0, that just shows that's a tribute to their defense, who has played well. And they've had definitely been going 100 miles an hour the entire half. Bulldogs possession, right to left. Midfield, and it's off a Bulldog's foot, and Narragansett will take possession on the far side in Bulldog territory. Another pass, and the Bulldogs will step in. Mariners have it again in the box, and the Bulldogs are going to be able to run this down, and out of bounds it goes. So the Mariners will throw in. The whistle, and you can just see the wind on the players' jerseys. And that's going to go off a Bulldog head and out of bounds, and I think it went in front of the flag. It's the difference if it went in front or behind. It went in front, so that won't be a corner kick. That'll be a throw-in. And they throw into the baseline, and Bulldogs do step in. Little wrestling match off a Bulldog out of bounds. That did go back, so it's going to be a corner kick for Narragansett. Another one, number 6 maybe. I'm within 1 of being correct. It's number 5 or number 6. The Bulldogs yet to have a corner kick, yet to have a penalty. There's been no infractions versus Narragansett that have given the Bulldogs an opportunity at the goal. Here we go. And these have all dropped in well. That's a hard hit ball. And it's still in the middle and cleared. And that's going to be cleared for a throw-in, I believe. So the Bulldogs do a nice job again of killing the corner kick. Throw-in, nice throw, long throw. And now the Narragansett's officially threatening. The Bulldogs step in defensively with a chance to clear it. Nice pass up the far side. And, of course, in steps a Mariner. Defensively, I say the Bulldogs are playing well. Well, the Mariners are playing even better because they're not allowing the Bulldogs anywhere near their end. And they're losing, which is fantastic if you're a Bulldog. It's how you capitalize on opportunity. 2 players, down he goes. They're playing live. There's no whistle. And the shot attempt right to the goalie, a quick throwback. We're under 12 first half, folks. If you're just joining us, I'm the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa and True up in the wind behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you Bulldog soccer, 1-0, Sal Algieri Field. Crazy week, Thursday, bringing you undefeated lady volleyball action. And Friday, we hit the gridiron, football, 7 o'clock. Tune in Monday, Thursday, Friday, bringing you all the best of Westerly sports. Right here and now, we have a team that's just ready to explode and gel as a team. They're 2-1-1 on the year. 2-2-1 on the year, 1-2 in the division on the year, and but they're only 2 goals behind, 11 goals against, 9 goals for. And the last game's really what set that. If you take away Tiverton's 4-0 game, they're ahead. 7 goals against, 9 goals for. They went into that game with. And there gets a chance. He swings, he misses. And down he goes. It's some physical D as it whistled against him. And it is not. He gets away with it. Fortunately, it would have been a penalty kick. But what a great job of killing the Narragansett effort. While I'm rambling on, they made a huge threat against the Bulldogs. Nice defense in that back third. They have been playing, and they have been busy, folks. They preserved the shutout. I mean, I'd be shocked if they can shut this team out after 80 minutes of play, let me tell you, but I didn't think it'd be a shutout this far either. And I don't think they did either. They have been pressuring so much, constant pressure, not necessarily constantly on Toronto, but he's got to be on his feet because they can shoot at any time. They have had possession in the zone 3 times as much as the Bulldogs have. The Bulldogs have proven you only need one. You only need a few seconds to strike. And again, they try to catch him on the run on the sidelines. That's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Bulldogs. And Lombardo will throw in for the Bulldogs. And back to Lombardo goes. He chips it to the middle. McGovern with it. Far side. They're going around the perimeter. They are setting up an offense here. Spreading out a little bit. Santos. And McGovern steps in with it, makes one move, and no look pass, but the Mariners step in and are able to clear it. Beautiful pass to number 9, and he leads his man ahead. He's going to have a shot on goal, and he takes it in. It goes off of Toronto, and he is going to be able to secure it. Great save by the senior captain, John Toronto. Huge save, big break for the Mariners. They could have done just about anything. I don't think he got everything on it he wanted. The Bulldogs will take the save by Toronto, preserve the 1-0 lead as we are 9 minutes left in the first half of play on top of the hill under the orb of light. I love the new lights. I love the feel. If you're under the lights, you're definitely playing sports for certain. Jack McGovern with it, middle of the field, had an active day. This Bulldog defense, there's nothing I can say to explain really how efficient and well they've played. They have been on their feet, they've been quicker, and they've been tested the entire game. They have been tested for, we've played 32 minutes, 31 and a half. I'm going to say they've been tested 25 of them. And the Bulldogs had it over there maybe 6. I might be exaggerating, I like to do it. Adds to the story, but they are definitely losing in time of possession drastically. Mariners are still testing, 8:24 with it. Far corner. In front of the Bulldog bench, they will kick in. And that's going to be past the goal. He wanted it to drop in between the posts to somebody, but they have shown the ability of finesse. They really have. It's corner kicks against the Bulldogs. It's either 6 or 7-0, which is crazy, again, that you're winning a game when you have that statistic. So, and they also had another infraction that was a shot on goal, so you can add to it. It's either 7 or 8. And the Bulldogs are winning, and that's all that matters. 1-0 to score. And this production brought to you in part by the Knickerbocker Music Center Live. Watch local bands live from the Nick in downtown Westerly, RI. A premium service brought to you by the Knickerbocker Music Center and Westerly Live. Tim Killam for Westerly School Committee and Wireless Zone. Number 21 for the Mariners. 7:21, first half. He will throw in again on the Westerly end. Again, a Bulldog steps up. Nice pass to the middle. Santos has it. And the midfield. Nice pass again. Behind the defense. He got to keep it in bounds. And he does, but his pass inside. A Mariner was there. They're going to kick it up. And Santos has it. And nice slide tackle by the Mariners. Again, the Bulldog defense stepping up. McGovern in the area. You go to the middle of the field, you're going to find number 4. There's no doubt. And he's a physical player, O'Keefe, Thomas O'Keefe. Correction, I don't know why. I must have been announcing him as McGovern a couple times. And again, Lombardo, I haven't said anything wrong. He has used his head a lot, to say the least. His entire defense, I mean, has got to be exhausted on their feet at the moment. And back he goes as the Bulldogs try to set up. And they get up over midfield. The Mariners steps in, but the Bulldogs will have it. That's O'Keefe. And the Mariners will take possession, split the double team, and they're able to get by Santos and put it up ahead behind the D, but a Bulldog defender will get there. Out of bounds it goes. The Mariners will put it up the Westerly side, the far sideline, midfield. They find a Bulldog, so a little scrum over there. Down goes a Westerly player, and in comes O'Keefe. Crossing the midfield. And the Mariners have it on the far side. Double team for the Bulldogs. O'Keefe looking to come up with it. And all of the battle. Mariners fall down. Santos with it. Bulldogs come out of it. No whistle. Good defense. They have played good physical defense. They're in great shape. And that's why they have preserved this 1-0 lead. They scored early, folks. Here's a big chance again. And they pass. And it's just too wide for the Mariners. The Bulldogs get away with another. Mariners still have possession. However, he gets by 2 of them. And it goes out of the back of the field, back of the end zone. And it's going to be another corner kick for the Mariners. So can the Bulldogs, under 5 minutes to go in the half, can the Bulldogs thwart another corner kick attempt by the Mariners? And these passes, folks, have not been bad. They've actually been good. I'd say one of them maybe went by the goal. The rest dropped right in where they need to. That's low. Different attempt. I would have just gone with what they normally do, but they do have possession off of it. Bulldogs use their head. And now back to a Mariners foot. We're going back and forth here, and the Bulldogs able to clear again. Kudos to the defense. It's at midfield. The Mariners have it. I say kudos to the defense. You're back at it now. And up we go. Number 20 for the Bulldogs. Lucas Pinnell. Far side. And they cross over to the near side. Number 15, Lombardo with it. And the Bulldogs, nice passing here. You haven't heard Joe Flood's name much, and that is not him. He's got a chance here. And it's a deflection. Can the Bulldogs grab a shot out of it? They still have possession. Joe Flood, if you don't hear his name a lot, and I think that was the first time I did, your offense has not had any opportunities. And honestly, I forgot you can't forget about him. He's a captain. He's the best offensive player on the team. He was the best player last year on offense, and he came back. The Bulldogs have not gotten the ball on his foot more than that, right there. Unless it's defensively. Or if he hasn't been in because it's some kind of an injury. But I know that I haven't seen number 10, and we normally see and say his name a lot. So that's interesting. Without his presence, that the Bulldogs still hold this lead. I don't think one's going to be enough for a win. But what do I know? Truly, with Toronto in goal, I mean, he can definitely pull a shutout. There's no question. But can these defenders in Toronto keep this pace all night long? 40 minutes straight at, I'd say, 32 of them on the Bulldog side. Pressuring. Finding open men. The Mariners have done a good job of that as well. Getting good shots. Setting up corner kicks. Beautiful corner kicks. Bulldogs are the story. 1-0. And they show no intimidation. Bulldogs, you can't intimidate these guys. And out of the back of the end zone, the goalie will take it. And Narragansett will set up a free kick in the box. Approaching 2 minutes in half number 1. Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you Bulldog Soccer on this Monday night. We're going to bring you some high-octane Thursday volleyball. And then some more football on the gridiron under the lights Friday night. That's what's in the city, though, folks. So you're going to have to tune in if you want to watch, unless you want to take a ride. Narragansett with it again. Under 2 minutes. Narragansett Mariners checking the field, looking to make a connection off of his foot here. And nice pass. Deep it goes, and it goes off of a Bulldog head. See, it did drop into a spot that could have been a problem if the Bulldogs weren't playing great D, as they have all night. As Santos crosses midfield, a nice pass in the middle, chip over to the other side. One too many passes, the Mariners take over. So the Bulldogs unable to get into an offense. They stole the goal. I mean, they got behind the D, not by much. Goalie committed out. That was the difference maker. And they're bodying for the ball here in the middle. Shots on goal, a drastically advantage to Narragansett. And they're battling on the far side here as we approach a minute. Down goes one player. And the Bulldogs are playing live. I didn't hear a whistle. First I listened, then I looked at the players, and this one was clean. And on the far side, unable to make a connection. Folks, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Wireless Zone, your Verizon authorized retailer located in Dunn's Corners next to Dunkin'. Cell phone sales, service, and repair. Get up to $1,000 off iPhone 14 with trade-in when you pre-order. That is Wireless Zone. And here we go. It's going to be a big kick from the 40 by Narragansett. Under a minute, half a minute left. Added time not being included on the board, obviously. And that's a low liner and still in the air. Bulldogs defense uses their head again. I'd use an ice pack and Tylenol at halftime. They've been busy. And wrestled away from O'Keefe. Out of bounds, a shot attempt. The Bulldogs will take it. Toronto will get a free kick, and that thwarts what might be one of the last opportunities to have. Bulldogs certainly battled this first half. There's no question about that. And that is going to do it for half number one. This resilient squad, this Bulldog squad scored early, and boy, did they have to play D. Narragansett has been, their offense has been high octane. They've been on the Bulldogs defense all night long. Exciting game, back and forth. You know the Mariners are going to press even more in the second half. They have about 9 corner kicks to 0 for the Bulldogs. They were able to set up a near penalty kick. Opportunities are bound. Bulldogs defense not having it. Their goalie, Toronto, not having it. Let's see what adjustments they make offensively here in the second half. Halftime, we're going to take a little break, and I will be right back, folks.
Chris Jones. I cut up my day ones for the win. I just put up in that black make back you can't see in. Got plenty of racks, I keep that struggle one top in. Not even close with family, why the f what I want friends? There's no one to talking some lit. Alright, $1 million worth of cars, no lease, no rent. I'm only 20, can't nobody tell me I'm fine. Cross the line, I lose my mind, I bust that iron. Look, put the toe, I'm swerving in a Rolls Royce, yeah. Just send my million through an invoice. I've been putting blue face racks on, I wear ones, yeah. Just like that, man, I can't keep me. Let's go. Lost my brothers, I ain't friendly. I spent 250 on my Bentley. Straight about the mud, we from the trenches. The realest ones had the hardest way of living. But who wants smoke? I dropped on bands, don't quit the cynic. Down with Glocks up from out here, kids in some business, bro. LP and it don't help out how I'm living. On the rack, you a walking cop, double park, new Lambo with no parking spot.
Welcome back, everybody. The action is about to begin. Half number 2. This resilient Bulldog squad has a 1-0 lead here at Sal Jerry Field on top of the hill under the lights versus the visiting Narragansett Mariners. I don't think Narragansett got off the bus knowing exactly what they had to deal with today. I don't know if you want to call it a trap game. I wouldn't, because this Bulldog team, trap game is generally when the team below you beats you, and you might have a tougher game coming up. This Bulldog squad, folks, they won their first 2 games. And, yeah, it's been difficult because since then there's been a 2-1 loss to Smithfield, 2-2 tie to Burrowville, and then the tough game versus Tiverton. So it's been 3 games since they've had a win 4 games ago. But they, like I said, if you look at the goals for and the goals against, 11 against, 9-4, they're inches, feet away from having a completely different record. It is so early in the year. I think that stuff all sorts itself out as the season progresses, and we're looking at a playoff team here, both sides. This Mariner team has pressured the Bulldogs. The time of possession hugely in favor of the Mariners in the first half. I don't know. I'd say they had the ball on the Bulldogs half of the field, 27, 28 minutes. And now we're back. We're back to the action live here, so I'll stop talking and bring you some actual play-by-play. Number 9, Matt Rowan with it, and it's going to go in the corner. First half, folks. Number 7. I should have mentioned his name a lot more. It's going to go out of the bounds. Who's it off? And it's going to be a Bulldogs throw in here. I should have said his name a lot in the first half, Tommy Serluka. My fault. I had number 11 on the roster here, printed out a bad roster. And he did score the lone goal of the game. And he's been the active on offense and defense for the Bulldogs, but especially offensively. Here's the Bulldogs' first corner kick of the day, coming out of the half. Talk about a momentum steal grabber if you get this one. It's long. And it's going to be kicked out to the side. Bulldogs may still have possession. They're fighting for it in the middle. And there's a lot of white jerseys, though, and they're able to pop it up and out. Now, O'Keefe has been a busy man himself. O'Keefe and Serluka, extremely busy. Serluka on the offense. He's almost been their lone offensive threat. I don't know if Flood's hurt. He must be. There's definitely a reason that we haven't said his name. I haven't even seen him. I think I announced him once, but you got to figure sometimes I don't see the numbers right because we would have heard more from him. He's not out there now. So the Bulldogs threatening. They are going left to right in the blue, folks. If you're just joining us, 1-0. This scrappy Bulldog squad looking to upset the Mariners. Coming into today 4-1. The Bulldogs coming in today in the league. They're coming in 1-2-1. Like I said, that's their last game, their past 3 games. And the Mariners going to kick out of their own goal here. We're just 2 minutes into the second half. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer owner Shane Belanger. We have Lisa Ann True in the wind behind the lens. We're Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing it to you. We got boys soccer right in front of us here at Sal Jerry Field, holding a 1-0 lead in what would be a huge, huge momentum-stealing victory if they can pull this off. This is the kind of victory that glues together a team that's built already on actual friendships. These guys like each other. They're not forced to be together because they're on a team. They've been playing together since they were young. I mentioned it, and it shows on the field. There's no one personality that tries to pop out. They'll do whatever they have to do to take a lead and to hold a lead, and that's just what they're doing in front of us. Every minute that ticks by, folks, is going to get more exciting, and I'm going to get more excited because, if they can hold this Mariners team after the first half 8, 9 corner kicks, and this Bulldog D and Toronto able to hold them with a 0 for 40 minutes. Huge, huge credit to the defense. Throw in, they have it. And it's going to be a chip. Oh, nice pass. And trying to get past the back line of the Bulldogs D, they try to clear it and do a nice job at least to end that threat, which was a little bit of a threat. And down went Santos, loosens up the ball, causes a steal. A Mariners down, and there's a whistle. It wasn't clean, must have hit him in the foot. And the Mariners will take the ball, and they're going to have a shot here, folks, I do believe. I don't know where it happened. Yeah, they're going to shoot from about the 26. That's a long one, but now they're just going to pass it in. And they do take possession. There's 3 Bulldogs surround them, collapse. The Bulldogs have been doing that all night. And up ahead, they do have a Bulldog in front, and it's going to be Flood. He is there. It's almost a gimme to him and goal. That's almost a guarantee, but I did not want to say it out loud. There he is, Joe Flood. And that's just probably because in the first half, the ball was on the wrong half of the field. We didn't see him. Man, did he just say, hey, Greg up there, I'm here. And he did it in style. Goal number 2, Bulldogs up 2-0 versus the 4-1 Mariners. Goal number 1 off the foot of Tommy Serluka. And now Joe Flood, their biggest offensive weapon, gets in on the action. And once he had that runaway ahead, I knew, I almost said it, but man, with everybody said something if it didn't get good. I had to make sure it was certain. Bulldogs up 2-0. That goal coming out of the locker room is huge for this Bulldog squad. They fought so hard in the first half to protect that one, to get a little insurance so they can breathe a little bit. There's so much time, they can't breathe a lot, but 2-0, and I am excited for this squad. This is a squad, like I said, 2 goals away from being a dead even goal scoring versus their opponents. 2 goals. So this is hopefully one that's going to go in their favor. 2-0 lead. We have only 4 minutes into the second half. Up the far sidelines, the Bulldogs have it heading left to right. And it's going to trickle out of bounds. Is there a whistle? It could be another Bulldog corner kick. And it's going to be, folks, for the Bulldogs now, out of the locker room. They take a little bit out of the Mariner recipe book, and they are pushing and pushing offensively. Completely different from the way the first half was played. From a goal scored to a corner kick for the Bulldogs. And it's up and it drops. And it gets away a little bit. Bulldogs still have another chance at possession. Flood runs it down. Santos has it. He's going to put it up and give it a shot. And it's good if it's football. It's a little too high if it's soccer. Nevertheless, they are pressing offensively versus this Narragansett team. And I don't think Narragansett thought they'd get behind 1-0. And I don't think they surely thought the energy of the Bulldogs was going to be what it was coming out of the half. And now they're a bit shell-shocked. 2 Bulldogs over there and a whistle. It's going to be against Westerly. And Narragansett will throw in. We're going to head from right to left. This production brought to you in part by Tim Killam for Westerly School Committee. And we're live, big kick over the top. And Toronto able to vacuum it up. Posting the shutout. And drop kick over midfield. What a boot. Almost behind the last defender who used his head to reverse the field. And we are now in Westerly's side. Towards the middle. A little bit of space here. Looking for space, trying to get any shot through he can. 3 Bulldogs converge. No room. Narragansett trying to set something up offensively. They pass it back. Before has it through the middle, and there's no one in white there. Santos with it now. And there's battling for the ball here. Battling for possession. And another whistle. And let's see where they set up. This is going to be against Narragansett. So another Westerly offensive opportunity. What a tale of 2 halves, folks. I mean, I know we're only 7 minutes in, but this is what the Mariners were doing minus the goal in the first half, just constantly on the right. Well, now my neck's evening up because now we're looking to the left the whole time. Bulldogs out of the locker room threatened, and actually they not only threatened, they struck 2-0 Westerly. 33 minutes to go in this matchup. Sal Jerry Field on a Monday night, which I think is turned, and their Bulldogs attempt high in a way. And sometimes this is like a lazy Monday night for these players too, folks. They had school today, first day of the week. Tomorrow, not this Bulldog team. They came out ready. Defensively, they came out fantastic. This entire Bulldog defense. Honestly, this is one of the best defensive efforts in that first half and in the second half. But like I said, a tale of two halves. This second half now, the Bulldogs offense suddenly, they're on their side of the field the whole time. Joe Flood heard me mention his name, and he absolutely shut me up because I thought he wasn't around, and then he breaks free and scores the second goal. We're battling at midfield right now, folks. That's why I'm talking. Once we get to about the 40, I'll get back on the field. Here we go. O'Keefe has it. And it's going to slide through as the goalie. The Bulldogs... Toronto will pass it up to the side, and that's going to be taken by a Mariner. O'Keefe has it, and the Bulldogs are going to try to go left or right here, see if they can threaten a little more. And a pass attempt, try to get past the last defender, but Santos steps up. There's 4 Bulldogs, there's 3 Mariners. It's going to the side, let's see. And it's going to be snagged by the Mariner goalie. Centering pass, he tried to reverse his body. It was against where he was running, the body rate, it was across his body. A couple more feet, it would have worked out, but nevertheless, we're again on the Mariners side, and the Bulldogs are pressuring. If they play on the right side of this field on the second half, as long as they're over there, they can't lose their lead. But the Mariners switching sides. Number 6, Knabieko steps in, and that turns into a turnover. Lombard has it. And chipped forward, way up to Flood. That's what they do. They try to get it up and over him because he'll run it down, and if he gets a chance like you saw last time, he's going to score. Bulldogs throw in. Again, they threaten. Time of possession. All Bulldogs this half. And the Bulldogs have it again. Tried to get a little fancy. Didn't work out. O'Keefe with it. And he goes down. Nice defense. No whistle. And the Bulldogs D steps up. Ryan Skinabieko to the wing. And makes a couple moves, trying to get around him in center. It can't do it. A defender steps in, out of bounds it goes. This one's going to go Narragansett, I believe. Nope, Westerly will have it again. Off of a Mariner here. And 10 minutes of off in the second half. 2-0 Westerly. What a, man, I'm telling you right now, what an enormous win this would be for this Bulldogs. What a shot! What a shot! Holy smokes, top right corner. It doesn't get any better than that. What a shot for the Bulldogs. And that makes it 3 upper right corner. Gio Santos with the beauty. Upper right. He has absolutely phenomenal footwork to begin with, and boy, did he display it there. And I'll tell you what, this Mariner team is now shell-shocked. They are down 3-0. They got 30 minutes to go here, walking in 4-1, looking at a record that seemingly 1-2, 2-2, no matter how you look at it. They figure they might just steal a win on Monday night. Not at South Jerry Field, not against the Bulldogs. When the Bulldogs are on the schedule, they're coming to play, and they'll bite you if you're not ready. The Mariners' offense had time of possession in the first half, huge advantage. However, they went into halftime with a 1-0 Bulldog lead, which since the half, it's been all Bulldogs the entirety of the half. The offense taking a little weight off of the defense. They scored 2 goals here in the second half. Joe Flood, Gio Santos, and Tommy Saluka, 3 different goal scorers for the Bulldogs. And that comes down to their conduciveness, how they are as a team. Like I said, there's no personalities. It's no ego. It doesn't matter who scores as long as somebody does. And that's going to turn into big things this year and next year. Santos with it. Centering, Lombard. And that's going to go off ahead of the last line of defense for the Mariners. And out of bounds, Bulldogs will throw in. 28-40 here. And off a Bulldog Mariner head. Gio Santos steps in. It's kind of loose. O'Keefe with the steal. Bulldogs have it. On the Mariners side, he's going to back off, let the offense set up. 3-0 Bulldogs, folks, versus the visiting Mariners, who come in 4-1 up atop the division. And the Bulldogs have just played fantastic soccer, resilient, and the shot that it deflected off of a Mariner, making it easy for the Mariners goalie to just grab it. Well, again, it's the pressure. If you're on the Mariners side, they can't get cut into your lead. Battle at midfield, number 27, battling for it. Jacob Aruda. We're on the far side. Down goes one Mariner, but there's no whistle. Pass to the middle flood. He goes down. And that'll be a whistle there, so the Bulldogs will be able to set up. Looking for more. This Bulldog team will definitely go for blood. You got to come at them 100% every time you take the field here. Same as the girls. They have an undefeated record. They have a fantastic start to their season. The volleyball team, they're undefeated. These are real numbers, and I'll tell you what, it's a real fun fall. My favorite season. And Friday nights, folks, I promise, they're going to get more exciting. Just tune in and have patience. Sometimes it's all about patience. Takes games to develop. That's what's going on Friday nights. Bulldogs with another chance to make it 4 and nearly insurmountable. Number 13, Alex Luzzy. Giving instructions, the official. And the boot, little too high. So it went to the uprights again. Not worth 3 today, but they do have a 3-point advantage. And it's going to go right to left here. Let's see if Narragansett, they're going to try to set up some kind of an offense. They've been unable to. The free kick drops at about midfield. Bulldogs take care of it. And they have someone on the wing. And down goes the Mariners defender. And their opportunity by the wayside, out of bounds it goes. I do believe that went off a Mariner. They might have a corner kick. Looks like they're setting up near one. And they do. So the Bulldogs with another opportunity to put a nail in it. A lot of time left, but I'll tell you right now, frustration really sets in, and that's short. A nice spot it dropped. Mariners were there. They're going to put it ahead. Try to. These Bulldogs are everywhere. They are everywhere. They're little jackrabbits. They don't get tired. They're gnats. If you have the ball, 3 surround you. And they certainly don't appear tired. They came out in the second half with more. No, they came out 100% in the first half, too. I don't want to say more energy, but they didn't come out with any less. Let me tell you, they came out with a plan, and has it ever worked? From 1-0 to 3-0, and it only took them 10 minutes to triple their goal total. The Mariners are a bit flabbergasted. There is no doubt. And this production, folks, is brought to you in part by McQuaid's Ace Hardware, your local family-owned hardware store located on Franklin Street in Westerly, RI, your fall cleanup headquarters. Out of bounds it goes. The Knickerbocker Music Center live. Watch local bands live from the Nick in downtown Westerly, RI, a premium seating service brought to you by the Knickerbocker Music Center and Westerly Live. And we're throwing in, trying to get slowing down a bit here. And it's going to be a kick. And that's going to go across midfield. Long kick. And drops. And the Mariners with a chance here if they can get it behind. They have a deflection. Bulldogs setting up on D. Their players are getting back, and the advantage is lost. They put a foot on it. Trying to race to the corner. Down goes the Westerly player in the corner. Pops back up. Let's see if anything happened there. As the ref makes the determination. As we get things set up here, not sure what the delay is. Players are getting their spots. And the throw in from the side, and Toronto wraps it up. And Santos with it midfield. Nice footwork, moves it over. Number 7, Tommy Saluka. O'Keefe there, Saluka there. O'Keefe again, and he's trying to come out with it. And now Saluka in there. And a little penalty there, a little too high to the face. Can't do that. That's a no-no. And the Bulldogs will see if they can take advantage of it. As time ticks away, the Bulldogs, I'm telling you, they stole the playbook from Narragansett. They flipped it. Time of possession about now, folks, is probably even on the game. They've made up already everything they lost in the whole first half. So a great job by the Bulldogs coaching staff to make whatever adjustments they made, and an even better job by these guys on the field. Let me tell you, they came out, they executed what the coaches wanted clearly, and they are pressuring with a 3-0 lead in a victory that, I'm telling you, these are the victories that matter down the road in the season when you get into the playoffs, whether or not you do. This is not going to be a whether or not team, I'm telling you. This is going to be an in team that it's seeding determines where they're going to be. The beginning of the season, it just bounces, just didn't go their way in a few games. But as the season progresses, that all evens itself out. This is a playoff team in my mind, and these are the games that bump your seeds up. Because if you ever match up against somebody else, and that's a free kick, the defense steps up for Narragansett, makes a couple moves. They're going to have to play on the other side. And Schnappieko steps in. Slide tackle by number 27 for the Bulldogs. Toronto has it. And the drop kick, 23-11 to go. All the way over. We're at midfield. And there's a whistle on the play. That's going to be against the Bulldogs. A little too much body. And it is going to go off of Mariner head. They keep it in bounds. So they are on the Westerly side. See if they can set something up offensively. They try to kick it over to the other side. And in the middle on defense, as the Bulldog uses his head, then foot. And we're already back at midfield. Out of bounds it goes. And it's going to stay, go. It's going to stay with the Bulldogs. They're going to throw in. So Flood's on the field. And I'm thinking that he was in the far corner on the other side in the first half. And I couldn't see his number. And now he's on the near corner opposite because he flipped. So that was the mystery of Joe Flood. He didn't disappear. He was there all along. He was just further away from me. So the Bulldogs pressuring again. Already got 3 in the books. 3 different players. That is good soccer. And the drop kick from the Narragansett goalie around the 40. Over midfield, and they are ahead here. They have a chance at a shot. Oh, footwork got behind him a little bit. He's going to have to work a little harder. He still may have one. The Bulldogs step in, though. Toronto grabs it and ends the threat. He had a chance. Tried to get a little fancy. It slowed him down just enough. Had a couple chances on the rebound, but never able to recover. Bulldogs fortunate, but I don't want to say fortunate. Their defense recoiled. They got back quickly. And didn't give him much of a chance. So it's just a great job by that. And Flood with it. Centering pass. No Bulldogs there. And the Mariner goalie able to vacuum it up. And he's going to go ahead and get up with his first players to catch up a little bit. And O'Keefe has it. Intercepting the pass. Up ahead. He kicks it just a little bit too far. And sliding is the Mariner goalie. Thwarts the effort. If I didn't mention, folks, we got an undefeated lady volleyball team in the gym, Federico Gymnasium. Not now, but Thursday. They've had a 7-day break. They opened the season 5-0, and what an explosive, ridiculous fifth match that was. We did it, 5 games. Oh, man, every point mattered to the tilt. They pulled it out. Most exciting game I've ever been to, I've ever done live, broadcasted live. And they're going to be live Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. from Federico Gymnasium, and we're going to bring it to you. Following that, we have Friday Night Lights. This time they're in the city, folks. We are going to bring it to you live. It's versus Shea, Chapter 3 of this Bulldog season, and they're going to turn it around. They're going to start a new novel this week, let's say. All right, back to the soccer field. Bulldogs with possession again. Halfway through the second half. 20 minutes to go. 3-0 Westerly, and right now Westerly is threatening. Narragansett has had a little bit more pressure on offense recently, but off the head of the Bulldogs, vacuumed up by the goalie. However, nothing enormous. And that drop kick right around midfield. And it's in the air. Whistle goes in favor of Westerly, so Narragansett will throw in at midfield. And Westerly kicks it out of bounds. This production brought to you in part by the Knickerbocker Live. Watch local bands from the Nick in downtown Westerly RI. A premium streaming service brought to you by the Knickerbocker Music Center and Westerly Live. Tim Killam for Westerly School Committee. And we are back. Westerly on the defense here, and Narragansett with it. Westerly playing great D all day long. That's obvious. If your opponent has 0 this far into the game, that requires great D. And they are doing it. They're not slowing down, let me tell you, because they put their foot on the throttle here on offense, too. So Narragansett, they are pressuring. And the shot off to the right. Diving Toronto takes it. And that will end the threat. Athlete of the week. I never mentioned that, folks. Here we go. Athlete of the week. Jonathan Toronto, the goalie that's right in front of us here today. And he won. His goalkeeper made 2 saves during a penalty kick shootout to help Westerly defeat Stonington in the Piver Cup tournament title game. It was the first Piver Cup championship for the Bulldogs since the tournament started in 2017. That's this Bulldog team right here. That's their goalie, John Toronto, right there. And, man, was it a tight one. Lexi Colch, our old girls volleyball, 41.5% of the vote. Jonathan Toronto, 42.1. 0.6%. He won by, deservingly so. Congratulations, Jonathan Toronto. Bulldogs will set up here. Second real scoring opportunity for the Mariners. They obviously had the one that just dissolved at the goal, and we'll see here. Toronto getting ready, doing his routine between the pipes. I don't know what this entire delay is for. There's a substitute, another ball coming in. I don't know. And these guys have the delight just to stand right in front of a guy kicking a ball at you, possibly. That is always a fun requirement of soccer, I can imagine. Requires a lot of finesse here. The official backing them up. I was going to say, they looked very close. So he can go up and over. It's tough to go around. He can pass. There's 3 options. Bulldogs got to make sure all 3 I's are dotted. Here we go. And the shot attempt up high and just over the outstretched arm of Toronto and the crossbar of the goal. Nice job, Bulldogs. Narragansett has evened out this time of possession here in the second half. So I think as a total on the game, they're going to hold the advantage here, or have at least up to this point. So they are threatening. There's no quitting this Mariner team. Bulldogs, however, have 3. I think 1 more will be enough to not have to worry much. But when you've had the start that they've had, this win is such a springboard for your season. It's been 4 games since you've had an actual victory on the field. The first 2 games of the season, bang, bang, 2 wins. And now you have 2 losses and a tie in the meantime. So this right here, not only a victory, but to knock off 4-1 team that's sitting up top of the division, sitting up top both divisions. I mean, so this is just such a big win, emotionally big win for the team. And this really can springboard the squad to some nice places. 15:54 to go. It would take a lot to score 3. It has happened. It does happen. I think 1 more for the Bulldogs would do it. Let's see if they can. I definitely don't think Narragansett believe they'd be down 3-0 with 15 minutes to go in this event, folks. 15 minutes to go, and I'll tell you what, this is going by quick. First half, it was constant action. The Bulldogs, bang, got a score out the gates. And then Narragansett just pounded them and pounded them and pounded them. And the Bulldogs were bending a little bit, but just would not break. And they hold the same shutout here. Over halfway through the second half. We only have 15 minutes left. And they are posting a 3-0 shutout here at South Jerry Field, and we are live. Throw over the top. Bulldog defender gets in the way and kicks it up the far side. Mariners have it. And they're passing, doing a little bit of passing in the middle. Santos gets a foot in. O'Keefe there. Ends up with a Mariner. Puts up a shot off Toronto. Nice save. And pops it up and brings it down. Big save by John Toronto. Ending that threat. And the kick. And boy, does he have a kick if he wants to get it to the other side. And he does. And the Bulldogs are there. I see 4 Bulldogs. 5 Bulldogs. A couple Mariners over there. They are able to take the steal and reverse fields. We're going back and forth at midfield here at the moment. Number 2 for the Bulldogs is Liam Cody. Up the far side. In the shadows. If you're in the far side of the field, folks, I'm not going to be able to get your name much. That's why I thought Joe Flood was missing, but boy did he say no. I'm here. Don't forget about me. And this Bulldog team, 3 different goals, 3 different players. They can strike from anywhere anyone is capable of putting it between the pipes. And here we go, Bulldog free kick from the 27. That's a little bit of football sneaking out. Sorry about that. And he pops it up. And he's bouncing around. The Bulldogs might have a shot. And they do. Oh, just missed it by about a foot. The outstretched arm and then just wide to seal the deal maybe. Boy, that would have been a beauty, let me tell you. And the Mariners, again, will try to switch fields here. And that kicker, not able to, I don't believe, to get it nearly as far as Toronto. Because his players are generally in trouble right away. But here they go. They are switching sides. They're looking for a shot. Oh, down he goes. That's going to be a whistle. And that's going to be an opportunity here for the Mariners. There's no doubt about that. Little push from behind. That's going to set up a penalty kick. And can Jonathan Toronto, can he preserve his shutout? This is a tough task. Always love shootouts. Always love penalty kicks. We have a 3-goal cushion, so it's not quite as nerve-wracking. And number 7 goes for it, and he gets it down the low left side. He tucks it in. And a little bit of celebrating, running quickly because they know that they're down by 2. So they want to set everything up. They want the ball at midfield, no screwing around. And that's dead where he stops it. And that's fine. That's why you have the cushion you do. There is time, folks, so the Bulldogs need to play soccer here. And you can score 2 goals in 14 minutes. And it just popped up to 14:25. So 14:25 remaining. Bulldogs with a 2-goal lead now. Gio Santos in the middle. Penalty goal. Bulldogs had thwarted 9, 10, 11 even corner kicks. And on the field wouldn't allow it. They had to give him a free shot to get him on the board. Waiting for something here at midfield. Santos is ready. Pump fake. Will reset. And now we'll go. And we're heading on Bulldogs side. Mariners have it, and they reverse. And that is out of bounds. Bulldogs will throw in. As dark as it is into the dark of night when you leave the vision of these lights. The orb on the hill, I love it. And the Mariners again popping it up, trying to get over the defense. Seeing if they can tack in another one quickly here. Really make this a game. And we're heading in the right direction, are we? Yes, we are. There's a whistle. And that's going to be a handball against the Bulldogs. Inadvertent, no question. And quickly the Mariners get started, popped it up, try to get over the top. And Toronto comes way out. And oh my God, the Bulldog defense saves the goal as Toronto came way out of the goal, unable to secure it. Dead free shot. He could have even waited a second, made a move. He didn't. And boy, what great defense by the Bulldogs. I think that was going to be Echo Ryan that was on the scene for the Bulldogs. Holy cow, and the first thing Toronto did was run over and slap his hand 3-1. Tell you what, they poked that one in, and the Bulldogs definitely would, they'd be a little shell-shocked. That's not what you want. You got to play D right now because they're threatening. And the Bulldogs just trying to clear it out of their end, which is what they did a lot in the first half, 3-1. The time is not your friend if you're a Mariner. There's too little if you're a Mariner, and there's too much if you're a Bulldog. Nice pass, but nice D for the Bulldogs. And they squeeze between what could have been a good shot. The Mariners really threatening here. Boy, is this getting excited. The Flint has been lit now. We got 13 minutes. Looking for someone. In front, he gets behind the D, but Toronto wraps it up. 12:44, the Bulldogs have it. 3 for the Bulldogs, 1 for the Mariners. This would be a huge win for divisional purposes, overall purposes, especially divisional purposes, to have a victory over them and to break this loss and tie streak. 2 losses and a tie in your last 3 to come back on 4-1 team on your home grass, which should be turf, and pull off a victory. The throw over the top again, trying to get behind the Bulldogs defense. Bulldogs are really not evening out the time of possession as they were early in the half. Now it's going back in favor of the Mariners. It's how long can this defense preserve it. Defense really didn't give up the goal. Nice throw in, nice use of his head by the D. The D didn't give up the goal. The D caused an infraction. They gave up a penalty kick, which puts huge odds in favor of the offense. And again, they have a corner kick, I believe, we're setting up. I don't know where everyone's going. It is a corner kick. Set up very oddly off to their foot. They have a rebound shot wide. There was a lot of traffic in front of the goal. To sneak that one through would have been difficult. Just a weird setup. So Toronto, not in any hurry to get that ball off. And he's going to use a teammate who's chatting with the official. We are at the 11:35 mark. And the kick. And it's a beauty. Trying to switch fields. Give your D a couple seconds of rest. Santos with it. Nice pass. And that one's going to be off of the Mariner. And Alamani has it. And one goes down, but there's no whistle. And the Bulldogs continue to play. And they're out front, and there's a whistle. And let's see where it went. It's going to be against the Bulldogs. So the Mariners trying to work quickly. And the kick on the ground. Two Mariners get it, and they're starting to get a little bit in sync here, passing. And that one goes all the way through. Nice play down the field. Finally, a Bulldog clears it to end it. But they were weaving and bobbing right down the field. Beautiful passing. And they sure have started to threaten this Bulldog team. 10 minutes to go. 2-goal lead. Why am I so nervous then? And a turnaround and almost a chance. See, they're running plays, and they're running them pretty well now. You got to get them back out of sync. Again, they didn't score on a running offense. They scored on a penalty kick, if you didn't see. 10 minutes to go. Sal Jerry Field, boys varsity soccer, looking for a big divisional upset to turn things around here for the Bulldog squad early in the season. 4-1 Mariners came off the bus a little slow, it looks like. Maybe underestimating the Bulldog team a little bit. They aren't anymore. Now they're playing a little quicker, I think, than they've played all night. Like I said, the clock is their enemy. The clock is the Bulldogs' friend. They want to run it down. Flood's running it down. He gets a piece of it. He's going to have a shot. Chip show. Nice hand gets in on it for the Mariners. Again, they're going to have to go quick, and they do. The crowd's alive. They're awake, as they've been all night. Because the whole first half, we scored a goal, bang, that's exciting. And the rest of the half was all in front of the Bulldogs' goal. That's pretty exciting in a different way, especially when you keep them out of the goal. This defense has done just a fantastic job today. Mariners have it. And the shot, Toronto grabs it. See how many shots they've gotten in the past 4 minutes? Since that penalty shot, they're a new team, but there is frustration. You can see now they wanted that shot. There's frustration, there's hands on the hips, possibly even a little bit tired at this point. This Westerly team just does not get tired. They run, they run, they run, and they don't get tired. I commentate this Westerly team, and I get tired. Nice throw in. Out of bounds it goes. Did he save it? And it is live. O'Keefe with it. And the Bulldogs have it. Had it. Back and forth we go. O'Keefe with possession. Backing it to the backfield. Up ahead again. Albamani passes Santos. They're in no rush at all. And they're going to have to leave it for the Mariners because they were offsides. Mariners getting set for a kick. We are at 8 minutes to go, just about here in the second half. All the way up. Nice use of his head for the Bulldogs. Santos up ahead. Flood has it. And he's up the sideline to Albamani. Two defenders, out of bounds it goes. And it's going to go out of bounds off the Mariners. So the Bulldogs are going to be on the Mariners' third of the field here. We are down. We're running down on time here, under 8 minutes. Bulldogs 2-goal lead. And I'll tell you what, this is a springboard, man. This is a springboard for the rest of your year. This is an impressive game. It really is. Out the gates with that one goal. And to give up none in the way the first half was played, just such a kudos to this team. And coming out of the half, kudos to the coaches. the adjustments that were made completely early on, at least flipped the script. The Mariners had no offense in the Bulldogs' end until the penalty kick, and then now suddenly they have. But out of the locker room, for the first 20 minutes or so, they had no answer offensively to the Bulldogs' adjustment. The Bulldogs' lead grew from 1 to 2 to 3 where it stands now. They gave up a penalty kick goal. The defense yet to sustain a goal. They've yet to give up a goal, and I know that John Toronto gave up a goal on a penalty kick. That's completely different than giving up a goal on the field. Odds are way further against you on a penalty kick. So it's just been a great job all across the board defensively. And offensively, they've put 3 in the net. They really have. Mariners with it, 6.5 to go. And the Bulldogs have defended, 10 corner kicks or so. A couple other infractions at midfield they set up, had a good shot at, and they weren't able to capitalize. It was until they got the actual penalty kick here in the second half that they capitalized. They kind of bumped it up a little bit. They're miles per hour. For a little bit there, they really threatened, and the Bulldogs were able to escape. And they might get ahead of the D here. Are they going to? And Toronto takes such a big chance. He way out of the goal, and the rebound shot goes off of him. He was 10 yards out of the goal. Holy cow, folks. They got fortunate there, and man, is that a risky decision? And that a confident decision? That came out in his favor. The chip over the top, off of a Mariner head. They are trying everything here, folks. If it was hockey, they'd be pulling their goalie. And there's a whistle on the field, and it looks like a little frustration. We have pointing all over. Who's going to have it? Now, this Bulldog team's got to be tired, boy. They have been given everything. And now the defense has been pressed again. They were pressed the entire first half. The Bulldogs' next game is in 4 days versus Hope. Friday night, we will be in Shea. Out of bounds, the Bulldogs have it under 5 minutes for this Bulldog team to complete an, I don't want to say an improbable upset. I won't even say it. I'll say simply just an upset on the board of teams' records, because you don't really know a team in the first barely quarter of a season. And I know that this team is, I don't want to say they're still developing. I think they were developing last year, and they're starting to come together now. And they're just going to get better. They're going to become just more of a force to deal with this Westerly Bulldog team. And then you never know what happens in the playoffs. So, the Bulldogs set the kick once the players get set. And the goalie grabs it, runs it out. He's going to get out quick. He's going to try. Drop kicks it. And possession. They're looking for a big one, a quick strike. There's no doubt about that. And the whistle, there's a yellow card given. So the first infraction in that manner in the game. And that is going to be off of a Bulldog. I don't know who. One more of those, and he won't be able to participate any further. I don't believe the next game either, so the Bulldogs don't want to see that. Straight up, over the top. A nice spot. How they can aim a kick that far, they do. Out of bounds, Mariners have it. They throw in. No, I thought so. That was out of bounds off the Mariners. I was wondering if they tried to steal it. And this Mariner team is getting frustrated. They're feeling it now. They did not actually, you can see that. If they're getting frustrated right now towards the end, that just means that they never thought they had a chance. They never thought it was going to be a game. They fully came in expecting to win, and this Bulldog team is better than that 1-2-1 record looks. 2-2-1, that one little win looks so much better, and it puts them at 3-2-1 overall. So on the field this year, this team's won 50% of their games and they've played 6. So that's not too bad, folks. And down both players go. Got tripped up. 3.5 to go, folks, in this event. Bulldogs 3, Mariners 1. Big win for this Bulldog squad. If they can hold on, this could propel them for the rest of the year. This is a tough squad. They are quick. They come at you. They just don't stop. Resilient, and the chip shot just over the goal. Resilience is the word that comes to mind to me, resilience, and fast. They really are a quick team, and they're a buzzsaw. I think early in the season they may have the opportunity to sneak up on a couple teams, which is just what they did tonight. They snuck up on the Mariners. If you sneak up on a team, it's another way of calling it a trap game, so whatever we want to call it. But they're going to be able to get away with that maybe for another week or two. But then teams are going to start to realize this Westerly squad's for real as the wins pile up. And I think they're going to. I think the wins are going to multiply a little bit here. I'm impressed with this squad. Time of possession definitely in the favor of Narragansett. And they might have a chance here. He's going to have a shot. Oh, steps in the defense for the Bulldogs. Ends that threat. 2.5 to go. Stays in bounds. Bulldogs make sure it goes out. Narragansett will throw in. And the throw, a lob over the top. Bulldogs will head it out. And it's in the middle. Shot right through everybody. And the rebound, nice diving save by Toronto. Nice deflection by the Mariners. And I do believe he tried to deflect that on purpose. And a beautiful save by Toronto. And the Bulldogs will race up the field. I don't know why he didn't give it a longer kick than that. Now they're in trouble in their own zone. We are under 2 minutes to play. We're in extra time. I always love extra time because I have no idea how long it is. So if it's a one-goal game, it's just so exciting. I don't even know what determines it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But whatever it is, it's going to be a challenge for anybody to score against this Bulldog team twice. What a game, what a game. Only giving up a penalty kick goal, this Bulldog team. That's going to flatten off their overall record, flatten it off. It's going to put them above the notch to 3-2-1. They're going to jump up to even at 2-2-1, a true 500 record through 5 games. It's the only way you can be 500 is you have the tie. So 2 wins, 2 losses, and a tie in the league through 5, through maybe, I don't know how many games they played, maybe a quarter of their season. And they're just getting better, folks. And this is that springboard win, that upset win at home. That just really, it's so satisfying. And it looks like this Bulldog team is going to walk off the field today with that victory, with just that on a Monday night. A little bit dreary. These kids got to go back to school tomorrow, and it doesn't matter. The resilience of this squad, these athletes, they love to play, and they love to win. So that being said, we're going to be back in action before this soccer team is. We'll be back in action on Thursday night, folks, in Federico Gymnasium. Lady Bulldog Volleyball, undefeated Lady Bulldogs. We'll take that record to the test. Saved by the goalie, and the Bulldogs off the rebound. I believe put in goal number 4, and they did. And extra time is just about over. I do believe that as well. Whether the goal counts or not, we'll see. It does. It's on the board. So the Bulldogs add a little to it. What a performance today. A 4-1 victory against a 4-1 team. Way to go, Westerly. Like I said, on this Monday night, they came to play 100% all night long, dominating. I got to say, on the field, the number, that time of possession, man, this Bulldog team was reeling a lot. Defensively, they just had to keep going and going and going and to preserve what wasn't on the field shutout besides the penalty kick. So what a job by the defense. What a job by John Toronto. And then offensively, now they got 4 goals to their credit. You can't say they didn't do a fantastic job. They wore this Narragansett team down on their own field. They protected it. They ended that little, gray area in their schedule, that little streak they've been on. And now they're able to capture another W versus a team that's leading their division. It can't get any more satisfying than that for a Monday night, folks. It's got to be sports, Westerly Sports, and it's got to be brought to you by Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. If there's any action, sports action in time, we'll bring it to you because there's no other action here on a Monday night. So this Bulldog team came strapped up. We're in that mystery zone. I have no idea how much time's left, and that should do it. I think that's going to be a game, and it is, folks. The final, Westerly Bulldogs 4, Narragansett Mariners 1. The upset victory propels the Bulldogs to a 3-2-1 overall record, a 2-2-1 record in the division. boy, does this help you going forward. And kudos to the Bulldogs coming out and performing the way they did. Folks, I'm Greg Brano, alongside producer-owner Shane Belanger. We have Lisa and True behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. Tune in Thursday night, 6:30 p.m., the undefeated Lady Bulldogs volleyball action, Federico Gymnasium. We will see you there.
See you later.